Solving F# generic type constraints with special operators like asterisk. Understanding the problem with F# generic type constraints and multiplication operator. When writing generic functions or types in F#, you might run into trouble making certain members compile, specifically when involving the multiplication operator, asterisk, in type constraints. The compiler may force you into inflexible types like double, frustrating attempts to remain fully generic. This guide explains why this happens and how you can work around it elegantly. Why does this happen? F# treats the asterisk operator as a special case. It generally expects that the operator takes parameters of the same type. When you add multiple constraints involving asterisk, especially symmetric, A*A and asymmetric, A*B', the compiler prefers the symmetric form. Example of the problem. When both constraints exist, F# ignores the asymmetric operator and expects B to match A, causing a type mismatch. Why not force the operator? You might try to call the operator explicitly to get around this, but F# will warn you that op_multiply has special status and must be treated carefully. Recommended solution: use different operators for scalar multiplication. Vector and numeric libraries often define separate operators for scalar multiplication to avoid this issue. For example, define *, dot* for scalar multiplication and / for division. Here, * and / are user-defined operators with properly constrained generic parameters. Adjusted type constraints example. Summary. F#'s multiplication operator has special compiler treatment. Mixed operator constraints, different types on either side, are problematic. Using alternative scalar multiplication operators, * and /. avoids conflicts. Adjust your type constraints accordingly to support these operators. This approach enables you to write generic numeric code in F# that leverages the compiler's features without running into frustrating type constraint issues. If you have a model like Model 2D, you can now define your mean method generically and use it without type instantiation hacks.